All right, everybody, how y'all doing? Hope everybody been feeling good. Family's doing fine. Well, Do Right coming to y'all today, and he asking for a little help. Wait a minute now. I told you Do Right we don't ask for your money like that. So don't think Do Right finna ask y'all for no money. We seen what a few people saying. They went to church and they took up about 5 collections. And then before they got ready to go, the preacher asked them to leave some more money at the door. But anyhow, we ain't here for that this morning. We got some more business some more church business that we need to kind of take care of this morning. And we're going to need some of y'all help out there in the Ville, out there around Sandyville and Deep Step and Sparta. And even some of y'all around there around Edenton and John kind of had an area. Do Right trying to put together a family tree. And he ran across a lot of information. And from what Do Right here, that the people of Middle Georgia, Milledgeville, Sparta, Edenton, Hatter, Gray, Sandyville, Deep Step, Macon. A lot of us are just the children of a few families. How we just mixed and mingled with each other over the years. So, Do Right gonna call out a few names. And if you hear one name on here that you might know about, that you might be some kin to, and you can help Do Right with a little information, you can inbox that information to Do Right here on Facebook. And we try to get this information put together. Maybe we can get together and sit down and go over some records. So Do Right looking at birth certificate records, death records, census rolls, and all types of things like that. And so we're trying to, do a nice little family tree and trying to find a family. Now we're gonna kind of get on anything because Do Right got a lot of information. Most of this today will be coming from like his mama's side of the family. And then he'll come back and he'll do one on his daddy's side of the family. And kind of see how things run out and how things go, and see what kind of information we can get from that. Now, how this all come about was Do Right was sweet on this little girl. He had seen on Facebook and said something to her. Y'all know how silly Do Right is, but he was just making small talk. And anyhow, the girl said, well, I can't get with you like that because we can. And I'm like, Do Right don't know about you being no kin to him. Ain't nobody told Do Right nothing about that. She said, we close kin. She went to calling out some names and stuff. And Do Right kind of know, some names she called out, but you know how Do Right men do sometimes. I'm just gonna say it like that. And anyway, we got to talk around and having conversations, and she herself was kind of doing one kind of spot. Do Right to do one, and Do Right got on the phone and went and sat down with a few people, and went and sat down with my grandmama, got a lot of information, and come to find out that this girl, great grandmama, and my great granddaddy, brothers and sisters. Then I went to thinking. I'm like, well, back then now, they didn't have Monday night TV and the Lifetime channel. So the family were having big families. You know, on Monday night, you know, great granddad wasn't watching the Falcon. You know, he wasn't watching the Dallas Cowboys and the Denver Broncos now. So he had to have something to do. Kind of occupied time a little bit. And they ain't had a Lifetime channel. So grandmama couldn't get in that mail bashing shit. Anyhow. But nevertheless, we got this little information. And we're going to call out a few names. And if you got any, if you hear any of these names that might kind of ring a bell for you, or you might hear talk of them, or you might can ask some older people in your family about these names. Because we got to go back and sit down and talk with our older people before they all leave us. I mean, I know the young folk, we bury the young folk like crazy, but our older people where our information at, and we need to sit down and kind of talk with them and see just what it was. Because they got a lot of information. I was dumbfounded and amazed at the information that my grandmama was telling me. And if I had had sense long ago to kind of do some of this when my father's mother and father was still living, I might will have a whole lot more information to take me back to their father, because they was older. Excuse me. They was older than my mother's parents. I find out that my daddy's mother was something like an aunt or a grandmama, so to speak, to my mother's mother. She was older. My mother's mother said she used to go up my daddy's mother's house when she was a little girl. And they stayed out there on Fox Hill Road. Dude, I didn't know nothing about that. So it was very interesting when I got the little information. But anyway, let me get back to this conversation I had with the little girl. And I told her, I said, well, everybody in Milledgeville from Kenya anyhow, I'm going to get some in Milledgeville unless I do it with a cousin or even Sparta. And maybe by the time we get to the bottom of this thing, and I'm going to title this series Family Search. They come in different parts, but it'll be Family Search. And they have different parts to it, probably dealing with different sides of the family and different information that's coming in. So we're asking everybody for a little help. Ain't nothing that nobody got to consume their time with. But, you know, at a church when you're your grandmama in their house, you know, and you might hear a name and, you know, and this, that, and another, and you know, they kind of ask your grandmama and them about it. Maybe even write a little information down, you know, the brothers, the sisters, maybe the auntie, you know, and, you know, y'all know how to do that. You know, it ain't so much right now for the younger generation, because we know our children, my generation know our children. It ain't hard for us to do that. But what we're trying to do is get information from on back in the days. The far back we can go, the easiest thing is to do